Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So have you ever heard of the word extrovert? Have you ever heard of the word introvert? Those are the two most common personality types. Well, what if I told you there was a whole other personality type called ambivert? What is ambivert, you might ask? Well, a basic definition of an ambivert is a person whose personality has a balance of extrovert and introvert features. Ambivert is very interesting. You're either extroverted and you're outgoing and like being sociable and around a lot of people, or you could be introverted. You like to be alone, hang out in smaller groups, and you're just kind of to yourself, quiet. You can either lean towards being extroverted in extroverted situations, or you can lean towards being an introvert in introverted type situations. I was taking a quiz on BuzzFeed because I love BuzzFeed and I always take quizzes on BuzzFeed. Like, it was some quiz about like what your personality type is. Are you more extroverted or introverted, whatever. So I took the quiz and I got ambivert as my results. And once I read the description on what it was, I kind of did some more research on it, looked into it, and I am totally an ambivert 100%. I am extroverted when I want to be. When I want to be outgoing and outspoken and, you know, that bold person, the extrovert comes out in me. When I want to be quiet, to myself, alone time, just me and one other person, I'm more introverted. That's another side of me. And it's so crazy that in society we label ourselves, like we label ourselves to find a place and identify with, which is crazy, but we do it. If you guys are wondering, if you guys want to know if you're an ambivert or not, I will link the article down below. It is a Forbes article. So here's like a little highlight from the article. It says, how social you are is largely driven by dopamine, the brain's feel-good hormone. So dopamine, we need it. We get it from exercise, sex, food, all kinds of stuff, social interactions. We all have different levels of dopamine-fueled stimulation in the neocortex, the area of the brain that is responsible for higher mental function such as language and conscious thought. Those who naturally have high levels of stimulation tend to be introverts. They try to avoid any extra social stimulations that might make them feel anxious or overwhelmed. Those who have low levels of stimulation tend to be extroverts. Understimulation leaves the extroverts feeling bored, so they seek social stimulation to feel good. Isn't it crazy how our personality types are based off of our dopamine levels in our brain? Like, how insane is that? Pretty much like ambiverts, sometimes you may feel the need to seek out stimulation while other times you may avoid it. As ambiverts, like, it depends on how you're feeling. Some days your brain, your dopamine may be very high and you're kind of just like, whoa, like I need alone time. I don't want to be around anybody. Like, I need my space, quiet. And then other times maybe your dopamine level is really low and you need that stimulation because you're bored. It just kind of depends on where your dopamine levels are at in your brain. So also too, they list about 9 statements, and if you identify with those 9 statements that they list, you pretty much are an ambivert. So if you're like, yes, this is me, yes, this is me, yes, this is me, you're an ambivert. So I'll read those for you guys. Number 1 is I can perform tasks alone or in a group. I don't have much preference either way. So true. I can work with people or I can work alone, either or, I don't care. Number 2, social settings do not make me uncomfortable, but I tire of being around people too much. Oh my God, I can't agree more. I totally identify with this. I love, you know, going out, being around people, talking, hanging out. But when it comes down to it, that moment when I get in my car and I'm leaving and I'm about to drive home and I get home and I get in my room, close my door, I am like, oh, I'm so glad to be home. I'm so glad to like not have to listen to anybody, just be alone. If you guys are like me, high five, give a thumbs up because I feel you. I know how that feels. I don't know how we're not like lonely ass people. I really don't know. Okay, so number 3, being the center of attention is fun for me, but I don't like it to last. So true, I don't mind being the center of attention, but I definitely don't want to be the center of attention like the entire night or the entire moment. Like, cool, get some attention, move on. Like, it's not a big deal, don't care. Okay, number 4, some people think I'm quiet while other people think I'm highly social. So true. Number 5, I don't always need to be moving, but too much downtime leaves me feeling bored. Sometimes when I'm like alone too often, I'm like, damn, I wish I was doing something right now. Like, I need friends. Take me out, do something. But then when you hang out with them and you come home, you're like, oh my god, I'm so glad I'm home. I swear it's so hard to be an ambivert. Okay, number 6, I can get lost in my own thoughts just as easily as I can lose myself in a conversation. True. I mean, I could be thinking about so much shit and also be talking to someone and totally get passionate about the conversation. Like, oh, I just should do this more often. I love talking to people. Number 7, small talk doesn't make me uncomfortable, but it does get boring. I don't mind small talk. I will do it if I have to. But, I mean, come on. It's like, do I really want to talk to you? Not really, but I will because, I mean, I don't want to be rude. Number 8, when it comes to trusting other people, sometimes I am skeptical, other times I dive right in. I really honestly go off of vibes. Like, I can totally tell who I could trust and who I can't trust. Like, I will know from like 30 minutes of talking to you if I could trust you or not. And I feel like that's a very good trait to have. I love having that because honestly, it's like you don't know who to trust these days and you don't know who your real friends are and who you could say stuff to and who you can't. So I honestly just know, like, I have that intuition of who I can trust and who I can't, and what I should say and what I shouldn't say. I can be skeptical, I cannot trust anybody, but then at times, like, I get those warm vibes, I get those good, genuine vibes from someone, and I'm like, dude, I know I can trust you and I know I could say whatever I need to say to you. Like, ambiverts, like, you know when you know, right? Like, number 9, last but not least, if I spend too much time alone, I get bored, yet too much time around other people leaves me feeling drained. I agree 100%. This is how I knew that I was ambivert, because I love spending time with people. I love spending time with my family, friends, at work. Like, cool, I love people. I'm a people person. But damn, do I feel drained after a long day of just talking to people, man. There are certain days where I come home and like I don't even want to talk to my dog. I don't even want to talk to my boyfriend, which I feel so bad because I should talk to him. Like, I love him. But there are days when it's just like too much. It's like too much talking to people, too much being extrovert, and I just can't hang, and I just want to shut down, have quiet time, reset my mind, and then I'm refreshed, you know? So yeah, if you identify with any of those 9 things, you might be ambivert, and there's nothing wrong with being ambivert. You're like the best. Like, you're a little bit outgoing and saucy, a little bit introverted, quiet, mysterious. You get a little bit of both, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being all extrovert. There's nothing wrong with being all introvert. There's nothing wrong with any of those options. But I mean, it is cool to be ambivert because you can do both, and I love being ambivert because I know when to adapt. I know when to be outgoing. I know when to be quiet. I know, you just kind of know. It's crazy because for the longest time I never thought that I would really understand who I was, and then I was like, oh my god, this is me. This is who I am. I'm outgoing but quiet. Does it make any sense? It does now. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope this helped you out if you're an ambivert, or I hope this helps anybody understand what an ambivert is and who we are, what our thought process is. And honestly, it's nothing against you if we don't want to hang out. It's like, we will be around you when our mood is good, or when we feel like, okay, I want to go out and have some fun today. I want to talk to new people. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to hang out with my family. Like, you just gotta understand, sometimes like we just need our alone time, we need our quiet. Other times we are so down to be that sociable butterfly that we are. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys learned something. Subscribe, like, comment. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Peace out.